sensations of these championships so far, knocking out the defending champion Wang. But as we see the umpires here,
Saina Nehwal,
David Craig of Scotland and Teo Clan Ju of Malaysia. Saina Nehwal, the darling of Indian badminton. Although she's got some company now, hasn't she, in the shape of PV Sindhu. And Bae Yeon, who is now the Korean left in as far as hopes of singles. A little more pressure she admits to now that her compatriot was beaten yesterday by Carolina Marin. Saina Nehwal, well, she's been to this stage 3 times before in the World Championships, but never progressed. So let's get early thoughts on this matchup with Steve.
Normally, Saina should be quite a clear favorite. She didn't play too well yesterday. That's also her own thoughts of the match, that she wasn't really on top of her game, and having lost 4 times in the quarterfinal, I mean, you really want to get that medal, but I guess the Olympic bronze medal from 2012 helps a bit. So I actually think she's going to win it, but not necessarily an easy game.
So world rank 16 is Bae, although she's the number 13 seed. She has been as high as number 5, Saina Nehwal, of course. Well, she has had a wonderful career, and potential gold medalist, you have to say, here this week, as Steve was saying, a bronze medalist winner in the Olympics. Kashyap playing out on the court adjacent here as well. Could be a great day for India. He's a setup against Du Pen. You can see the last time they met, Saina Nehwal won in Denmark. 5-2 the lead, but the last 4 meetings, 2 apiece.
I have a feeling that Yeonju Bae is quite a bit stronger in Korea, and especially in Asia. So I don't know if you got any details on where her victories came.
Well, if you ask a question, I will give you.
We'll find out.
I can give you the answers. So there, as I said, the last meeting was at the Denmark Open. That was in October. But Bae won in India, surprisingly maybe, on Saina's home soil. It was the Super Series finals that Saina won. In China, Bae won the last meeting here in China, the China Open 2011. The wins for Saina previous to that were in Switzerland twice and Hong Kong. Does that help?
So we're not really, no,
it doesn't, does it?
Doesn't support my theory.
No.
On my right, Bae Yeon, Korea. And on my left, Saina Nehwal, India. Saina Nehwal to serve. Love all. Play.
Well, the Olympic champion awaits in the semi-final. He's your way through already. Saina Nehwal, who has lost in the quarterfinals 3 times, each time to Chinese opposition. Well, facing a Korean this time in the shape of Bae Yeon. Saina taking the opening point.
Wang, live.
Bae, who knocked out Sayaka Takahashi in a little bit of an upset yesterday. And she said that she is quite confident that she can overcome Saina here today.
Service over. 1-all. Wang.
Well, you can understand that there are a few nerves out there. But he's well strapped up, isn't she? She's got a little stocking on her right leg. She's got a little bit of bandage on her left knee.
Yeah, the way I remember it, she's had that stocking on for a while now. I think she was part of the Korean team who won the Uber Cup in 2010 it was, I guess.
2 all.
And has been suffering a couple of injuries since then.
She was part of the Korean junior team that won the World Championships in 2006.
3 2.
Yeah, when they won the Uber Cup, she didn't play. She was there. She didn't play a huge role. She had a bit of illness that week. But, she was part of the team. Oh dear.
4 2.
Saina Nehwal looking very concentrated, isn't she? Serious business, this. There's a hurdle to jump over.
Normally is one of her forces. Very, very strong mentally.
5 2.
You can see in this picture that in the upper right corner, her coach, Pulala Gopichan, is sitting. Just left the court of P. Kashyap after seeing Kashyap take the first game against Dupont Yu.
You can't be in two places at the same time. Well, you can almost. You could sit in between the courts, but there's a load of photographers there, isn't there?
Yeah, you can't really concentrate on two matches. Zen,
6
correct call the way I see it. And what's interesting is that Kashyap has fallen behind 7-0 in the second game. Reduced to 2-7. It's of course always worrying for a player when the coach you start out with has to leave your court.
Well, I don't think he expected to be this busy today. 3 Indians in the singles of the quarterfinals of the World Championships. He would have hoped for it.
Yeah.
Service over. 3 6.
Great play by Saina. I think she started out very convincingly.
3.
Seems to be more settled in here than yesterday, where she was having some troubles reading the wind.
Well, that was against Hornsey. It was the first set. And she 21-15, but she came through and won the next 2.
8 3.
Trying to control the rallies, tackle up. Very wise strategy. This time we have the drift. You're back and difficulties controlling clear shots. Fantastic attack there.
She's looking good. We've had this today, haven't we? Lin Dan hasn't played much this year.
Yeah.
Fuan Chai as well, and she's had her injury problems as well. But again, she's looking pretty good, well, so far at least, anyway.
Yeah, and this is what counts in 2013. That's the World Championships. That's what people have been looking for ever since coming back from the Olympics. I know there's been Sudirman Cup, but it's a pretty given thing that China will win the Sudirman Cup. So not a lot of other nations have been targeting that tournament. This is the target tournament of the year.
Service over.
Touch deserted her there.
4 9.
Gopichan has left his chair and is coaching Cash up in the interval on the adjacent court, and that is, in my opinion, very, very difficult to do that.
Yeah, he should. Well, just about finishing time for the interval in this one, won't he?
Yeah, but he hasn't seen anything of this game, the second game.
20 seconds.
6, 9.
Interestingly, since Kashup's left, Saina's excellent plays just dwindled a little, hasn't he? He's back now.
Of course, you could argue that he'd seen the first game, but this whole when you change sides, it's a totally new game you have to play. Because the playing conditions are so different, depending on facing the camera or back against the camera.
Play. Service over. 7, 10.
7, 11.
Excellent.
Excellent shot.
Service over. 11, 7.
Well, there is the interval, and Saina Nehwal with a fine array of shots in that opening quarter of the game. And has a 4-point advantage. It's an interesting part of the women's singles, isn't it, really, in terms of what might happen. Of course, Li Shuwei has done well, but with Wang going out yesterday.
Court 1, 20 seconds. Court 1, 20 seconds.
She looked a little bit shaky today against Zhu Yingtai from Taipei. Big problems in the first game, but managed to win it narrowly, and then
27-25, wasn't it?
yeah, and then in command in the second game. But,
and of course, you know, Saina's going to win from here, but she has beaten her a couple of times.
yeah, there's no doubt that Shuwei is the big favorite, but Saina could challenge her if she gets through.
Yeah.
Bae.
12, 7.
But a whole different game from Saina today than yesterday, and that's of course what you're looking for, to improve from day to day. You don't have to play like the champion from day one, you just have to be better than your opponent on the day.
That's really good.
13, 7.
It's really finding a range.
Here. Indian national coach.
Out. Service over. 8, 14.
Service full. Stopped a run of 4 points in a row for Saina Nehwal. Thought about leaving that one. Signed against it.
Over. 15, 9.
That's wide.
9, 14.
See that she's
15-9.
the courage to put in a few clears in her game now. Sort of adapted to the drift and not afraid to play the baseline.
But from the Korean standpoint here, Steen, I mean, having said that, that's a wonderful example of what she needs to start doing. Try and find different angles, try and get Saina moving around the court.
And try to use her, to exploit that Saina isn't that strong in her movements on court if she's exposed to a bit of deceptions.
Service over.
But so far,
16,
Bae has not been able to
10.
capitalize.
15-11.
She's a massive star in India, reported to be the third highest sports person in India, which is quite remarkable when you think of cricketers
Service over. 11.
that are on offer.
16.
Likes of Sachin Tendulkar and
Over.
MS Dhoni, I think above her in terms of money earned. But she is highly sought after. And do you think it's a good thing for her that she's now, there's another emerging star in India in PV Sindhu?
Yeah, if she can beat her, I mean, if she can beat her, she doesn't mind she's another star, but if she can't beat her, then she'd rather that she's not there, I think.
Yeah, I mean, isn't it good? No, for Indian badminton as such.
Yeah, it's great for Indian badminton.
But you like to be the...
You'd like to be best.
Well, they wouldn't meet until the final if it came to it.
No.
12.
It's an unlikely scenario, really.
17.
But then again, it could be done.
Well, the fact we're here Friday and we're still talking about there is a possibility.
Play there by
13.
Guangzhou Bae.
17.
Saina playing a little bit too short there. This next shot, easy to intercept.
Yeah, but again, that was what you were talking about, that maybe Nehwal's feet aren't the most nimble.
And of course, when we talk about that fact, will be compared to the other top players, because compared to the field, she moves really well.
14. 17.
Deception. Just a little movement of the racket
18.
before hitting the shuttle,
14.
and that takes a few seconds off, or a few split seconds off. You can see Bae a little bit on her way in another direction.
Service over. 15. 18.
Well, she's been able to keep Bae at arm's length throughout this opening set. But it's now closed the gap to 2 points.
16.
Great for the Korean if she could take this game, because she's been trailing all the time.
15, 16.
saying, Saina Nehwal doing so well to stay in the point, and then she nets it.
You mentioned Gopichan before, also coaching the men's singles, and he must have some kind of sixth sense, because Kashyap has caught up and the score is now 16 all. What a fantastic ability.
Producing a bit of class.
19-17. Play. Service over. 18-19.
Saina Nehwal was looking quizzically towards David Craig, the umpire, but I think the right call was made here.
It's on the line.
20.
Well, that was a close call, so was the previous point. They've gone either way, and it is one game point for Saina Nehwal. Bae still arguing. Won't do any good. They're not going to change their mind, are they? Saved, and it's 20 all now.
20 all.
He's really got the defense working.
There's one little tight neck shot there from Saina Nehwal, and it's a terrific lift earlier in that rally. Kept Bae in it. It's now game point to Bae Yeon, and well, earlier on in this match you really couldn't see that coming. 14-7, Saina Nehwal led. And now the Korean has the chance here. It's incredible how it happens, isn't it? But then Gopichan in the corner, he doesn't know which way to turn, does he?
He's about to have a neck injury because his head is turning and twisting.
21 all here, 20 all in the game involving Kashyap.
Kashyap had a match point to secure a medal for India. It's 20 all.
Yeah, we're concentrating on Saina Nehwal here, who nets, and it's a second game point for Bae.
Last warning. 21.
What a comeback that is, and what an upset maybe on the cards here. Bae Yeon 14-7 down, turns it around and takes it 23-21. Incredible story here. Talking to Saina Nehwal, and he's kind of distracted in terms of now he wants to go over and talk to Kasyap, doesn't he, really?
That strategy is not likely to work. You have to concentrate on one match, because otherwise you'll simply lose the feel of the game.
But if you're Kasyap, you want your coach there, don't you?
Exactly. It's a dilemma. There's no good solution to that. When you're the head coach for both players.
I think delegation is the word required, isn't it?
Yeah.
He does have some support, Prelado, in terms of one of the Indian coaches is there with
Court 1,
Kasyap,
20 seconds.
but,
Court 1, 20 seconds.
it was looking so bright for Indian badminton about 10-15 minutes ago, and then suddenly it's all flipped, hasn't it?
No, ready to play.
I think there's still a good chance for Saina here. She plays up against the wind.
Second game.
Problem for her was
Lavo.
that Yoon Bae
Play.
found a recipe that worked. She put a lot of pressure on Saina's deep forehand corner, and that sort of took away the dangerous attack that she's been using throughout the game.
20 seconds.
I mentioned earlier, she said there was a confidence about her that she could beat Saina today. Now, obviously, you don't want to say, no, I don't think I've got a chance. No. You wouldn't say that, but she obviously has that belief that...
It's also something about the way you've practiced. If you feel you practice good, then of course your confidence is boosted, and you can see that she's
Oh. Service over. 1.
I can understand why she's a little bit unsatisfied.
Hey, you must not call before the line judge. It's his call. It's a perfectly good call.
Well, the camera angle we got there really didn't offer us much, but David Craig, the umpire, saying it was a perfectly good call. It was a questionable call, I think.
Yeah, and I'm not really sure it was such a good call, because I believe that's the same line judge that was on the baseline in the men's double with Korea against Malaysia, and we definitely saw her make a faulty call there. She's struggling, Saina.
Base finding all the angles of the machine. Credit to Nehwal here. You say struggling, but digging deep.
Yeah.
2, 1.
The first part of the first game, she was sort of controlling and had a lot of attacking opportunities. She's kept away from those opportunities right now. And it could spell trouble if that continues. Now it's actually time for a warning, because he just told her not to influence the line judge. And she tried it once again.
Service over. 2, 3.
Called out, but yeah. Did it touch the line or not? Could be interesting to show different pictures to the line judges and see if they responded in the same way. They probably wouldn't.
Service over.
Probably we wouldn't either, Richard,
4.
if it was done to us.
There's another
2.
one there that Bae feels she's hard done by.
3, 2.
You can see she was dying to say something, and she kept it inside.
I must say the sooner the better this instant replay system is coming to work.
Yeah, you've got to get it right though when you do introduce it.
Yeah. Wide.
Service over. 3, 4. All.
Yeah, very nicely done. Little push down Saina's forehand. Nothing she could do about that at all, the Indian.
She really got her basic game going. Bae not giving away many opportunities for Saina.
Service over. 5.
Again there, Steen, haven't you?
4.
Yeah, jinxed it.
But you're right, she first quarter of the game to how she is now, she looks a completely different player.
3.
Play. Service over. 5 all.
Now, of course, the other 4 quarterfinals, they start creeping into the mind of Saina Nehwal. I mean, that probably can't be helped, but she has to remind herself this is an all-new match. It's not a Chinese player on the other side.
6, 3.
Oh, that's great. Excellent shot from Bae.
Oh, brilliant. She's playing probably as good badminton as she's done in her career in this match at the moment.
6.
Sliced
5.
drop shots, they really hurt Saina because she's a little bit late. She can't really see what kind of shot Young Bae is making. Oops. Didn't get to it, and if you're a little bit nervous, it's even more difficult.
Struggling to keep her at bay.
Six, 5.
Unstoppable at the moment, you have to say. Not saying Saina can't get out of this
5.
situation, but I think she might rely here on Bae dropping her tempo a little.
It's really, really short, that clear.
Well, everything is, you're right in the corners at the moment.
If I was Saina, I'd try to have the court marked or something. Regroup.
inspirational is what you call this play right now from Bae Yeon.
I guess Saina can't believe she got that over. Adding to the feeling that perhaps this is not gonna work out for me today either.
She nearly got that one back as well.
Service over.
Yeah.
6.
But an
9.
important point because that was 5 points in a row for Bae there.
She really needs to dig deep now, Saina Nehwal. Judge should be mentally very strong.
Well, look, I mean, the shots that Bae's producing, I mean...
10.
And there's again
6.
this little deception. Leaves Saina a split second too much in the middle of the court. Doesn't really know where to go. Wide.
11.
Well,
6.
crisis
Interval.
time for Saina Nehwal. And her hopes of a World Championship medal here hanging by a thread. And it's been wonderful badminton all round from Bae Yeon. After a sleepy start, she is rocking a game up, and now 11-6 up at the interval.
Court 1, 20 seconds. Court 1, 20 seconds. Thank you, Coach.
Has got his instructions across. And he has been focusing on this match rather than
Ready
the
to play now?
men's singles quarter-final going on the other court. Very tight there in the third.
11, 6. Play.
Good shot.
Service over. 7, 11.
It's always worrying when your opponent questions every call that is made, because you fear that at some point she might get the line judges convinced that at least sometimes she must be right. It's long, it's long.
Service over.
In the end, she loses the point.
Come on.
Well,
12,
I was asking about this point in game
7.
one. How does Bae retrieve this situation? Because, you know, she was 14-7 down.
Yeah.
And it was one-way traffic. Well, ever since then, it has been one-way traffic, but the other way. And how can Saina now get out of this? We know she can.
Yeah. She needs to play a bit sharper and make something happen. It's difficult because
Maybe rely on her opponent's nerves a bit.
yeah, but she has to be close enough to
Service
create
over.
nerves. That looked like a good
8,
combination.
12.
Switching from the forehand side and then fast switch to the backhand side to put pressure on the Korean. The Korean has a more deceptive
Play.
swing than Saina has. That's going to go wide.
Service over. 13,
And
8.
we must give all credit to Yeon Bae because she really wasn't in this match in the beginning of the first game, and she sort of hit the shots better, found the court, got her base game going, and that changed things around.
14, 8.
Oh, 6 points the lead here. Bae Yeon.
That's the way to play it.
Service over.
Cuts it down.
9-14.
It's her second World Championships, Bae. She lost in the first round in 2011 to Pyongyang.
Service over. 15.
Yeah, she needs them more than chalking off it point by point, doesn't she, Saina? She needs a run. These are easy points.
9.
Yeah, but it's a good service from Bae because it goes into the court. Korean coach, former Olympic vaulter,
17.
Johnson Moore,
9.
very satisfied with his player.
Well, they're all going long here from Saina Nehwal.
18. 9.
To understand what's happening. I mean, normally she should be playing up against the wind, and suddenly 3 shots out. Excellent shot.
It's unbelievable. There's no resistance at the moment.
19. 9.
Even more surprising, there's no nerves from Bae Yeon here.
That shot there, the flat, very hard, powerful push from Bae makes it almost impossible for Saina to do anything about
And
it.
that's match points. A lot of them. 11
20.
of them.
Match point. 9.
Two Indians in the last 8 of the World Championships. But one of them here looks as if she's heading out. It's good. It's brilliant. It's an emphatic display from Bae Yeon. What a performance from the 22-year-old Korean. She was absolutely superb. And there was no response at all from Saina Nehwal, who for the 4th time exits the World Championships at the quarter-final stage. Incredible. And what was most incredible is that she started so well, Steve.
Yeah, but losing that first game was devastating after having a big lead. Everything seemed to go her way, and then suddenly nothing went her way.
It's the Korean who will face Lee Shuwei in the semi-final. Bae Yeon through 23-21, 21-9. So this is what we've seen so far today. We're going to have a little break in a short while, and we'll be back with more action from the quarterfinals of these 2013 World Championships. For Steen Peterson and myself, Richard Kaufman, it's goodbye for now.